Hey guys, this is Rachel. I just wanted to come on and share a easy project that you can do making some napkin rings using items from the Dollar Tree. I used a mini pomegranate bundle, a mini sunflower bundle, and a package of 7 of the larger wooden rings that they sell. It's not hard, but it does take a little bit of time because you have to wait for each layer on the rings to dry if you're adding any mediums. You could leave them bare, that would be perfectly fine, but I started out using some gesso. I wanted to give it kind of a vintage look, so when I was done adding the gesso, I added some texture paste on the sides of the rings, just to, again, to give it some definition. And then I also added some chalk paint. I figured I would use like an off-white. This color I believe is Sheepskin by FolkArt, and again it is a chalk paint. And I did a layer of that, and then once that was dry, then I came in and used aged bronze metallic wax to start adding in that vintage look that I just really love that look. So once I was done adding the aged bronze, then I came in and used a very thin coat of Dragonfly glaze by FolkArt. And it does not add color, but it does add shimmer to like an undertone. This one I believe has an orange undertone that I thought worked really well with the color palette that I was using. So I did a layer of that, and then once everything was added and the layers were how I wanted them, then I sealed everything off with a layer of triple thick gloss glaze. And when it was done, it was interesting. It almost looked like they were porcelain rings when you looked at them. At least, that's what it looked like to me. So again, you could leave these rings bare, but I wanted to have a lot of fun just to give it some more definition. And then once the rings were done, then what I did is I completely deconstructed all of the fake plants and flowers and stuff that I had purchased. And then I cut down or removed the stems on all the pieces. And I'm happy I had also found this little desktop vise for holding little projects. It's supposed to press down and stay put, but I couldn't get it to work. So in any case, it did the job of holding the rings up sideways so I could attach the flower arrangement to it. It was a little bit of a learning curve. I've never made anything like this before, so I was kind of figuring out, what's the best way to start attaching everything. So I started out by putting a small dab of glue to keep the flower layers together since I no longer had the stem. Then I ended up attaching them to the little flower bundle or the leaf bundles that I had taken off the stems. That just made it a little bit easy. I just had to be careful I didn't add too much glue so they still had some flexibility in getting pressed to the shape of the rings. Because they're rounded, of course, you want them to be able to line up. And then it was kind of figuring out where's the best place to add one of the little pomegranate bulbs. That was a little bit trickier, but I managed to make it work. And in some of them, I added just a little bit of glue to also attach them to the leaf or the petals to help keep them in place when you're putting them on and off of the napkin. And then once I had everything laid out the way that I wanted it to, then I would come in and add that dark center to the flowers back on. There was one I overfilled it a little bit too much because it sort of had like a cup shape underneath, and I did a little bit too much glue. But all in all, this really is a simple, easy project. It's a great little idea for just adding some decoration if you're entertaining. It's great to make a little set for a gift, or just an easy project if you want to sell them at a craft show. So hopefully you guys have had fun hanging out with me. And again, super simple, a little bit time consuming waiting for the things to dry, but overall this is definitely something I will be doing again. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, because it is always so much fun hanging out with you guys. And in the meantime, take care, stay safe, and I will definitely be seeing you in the next video.